Hi, well, something a bit unusual caught my eye, and it's a collection of milk bottles. Just paying someone a visit and saw these. I thought they were rather good. And it sort of semi-reminded me of my childhood, but also I thought quite an interesting sort of study into advertising. Now, these are milk bottles, used to be used for delivering milk to your home address by a milkman, which probably seems almost a bit alien to some people nowadays. But I can remember growing up and you'd have your milk float rattling down the street with lots of crates of milk bottles, and very early in the morning you get a milkman dropping the milk off on your doorstep. Then of course along will come the blue tits and what have you to peck the tops, the silver foil tops on these. Well, all these are the what I'd call the dumpy milk bottles. They're modern milk bottles, and introduced about 1980, I recall. Prior to that, you had the far taller, slimmer milk bottles I remember growing up with as a child. And of course, if you're in the UK, you used to have school milk as well in third pint. These were all 1 pint, but you used to have third pint milk bottles. Until you had the, was it Margaret Thatcher, the milk stealer or something, some political slogan about milk being taken away from school children. But I can remember having freezing bottles of milk. These ones though struck me because they all have adverts on them. Most bottles that I saw were plain. You just have your gold top or whatever, but they were plain. And can you remember the knack of getting the milk out? So you had to push your thumb down on the top to get the foil to sort of give way without actually breaking. And you could then pour out your milk. But so just looking along these, I thought it's quite an interesting sort of lesson in advertising and marketing in many ways, because you've got obviously buy milk, on this one here, but then you've got some where they actually sort of compliments. You've got the history of the milkman basically there saying, don't let it go out of business, keep, using it. Advertising complementary products, so advertising eggs, 6 little crackers there, and then also Crusher milkshake. And then you had things like, well, milk's good on calcium, so along come the toothpaste manufacturers. Can we have a slot and advertising toothpaste? And of course you have breakfast time, you're reading a newspaper, so you get a little slogan. Bedtime, you have a malted drink, so you have your Horlicks. So quite interesting little sort of attempts at advertising here. I'll come along. See quite a few more here, all with different slogans on, even down to a local police force, which is quite interesting. Cleaning Kent campaign. Kent's Leisure Coast. Fascinating. Anyway, a lot of debate nowadays going on about, is it more more environmentally friendly to have glass milk bottles or plastic ones? And of course the arguments go along the lines that the glass ones weigh more, they have to be cleaned. The plastic is now recyclable. So there is actually a resurgence in the production of glass bottles, but equally there's quite a bit of debate saying, well, are they actually very much more environmentally friendly? So there you are, because the plastic can be recycled. Anyway, just saw those, it prompted a few little memories of years gone by, and I just thought I'd share that with you. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. Bye bye then.